Welcome to Cognition Unleashed. If you want to master acids and bases, you have come to the right place. By the end of the lesson, you will understand the basics of acids and bases, what happens when an acid and base react. You will understand equations on acids and bases, as well as how to test for the presence of carbon dioxide and hydrogen gases. And at the end of the video, I unleash a small activity for you to see how much smarter you have become. Let's get started. We use a pH scale to measure acids and bases. This scale runs from 0 to 14. Please note that pH stands for potential hydrogen, and that's why it is a capital H and a small p. On the scale, anything above 7 is a base, and anything below 7 is an acid. The further away from 7 a substance is, the stronger the acid or the base. For example, a base of 12 is stronger than a base of 9 because it's further from 7. So the soap is a stronger base than the baking soda. If a substance has a pH of 7, like pure water, it means it is neither acidic nor basic, but rather it is neutral. Acids usually have a sour taste, for example, lemon, whereas bases are usually bitter or soapy. If you want to make an acid less acidic, you can add a base to it. And likewise, if you want to make a base less basic, you can add an acid. So, what do you think would happen if I put an acid into a base and there were equal quantities and strengths? If you said it will become neutral, you are correct. We call this a neutralization reaction because it's neutralizing. Now, how do we represent acid and base reactions in an equation? When we react an acid and a base, the products formed will be salt and water. Therefore, the general word equation that you must remember is acid plus base, arrow, salt plus water. What are examples of acids we find in a lab? I've listed 3 on the slide. Please memorize the name and the molecular formula for each. Note that all acids start with hydrogen. For bases, I have listed 3 categories. Metal oxides is the first category and tells me that a metal is bonded to oxygen. Metal hydroxides is the second category, and it tells me that a metal has bonded to the compound OH. The third category is metal carbonates, and it tells me that a metal has bonded to the compound CO3. So how do we know which salt has formed? You need to memorize the following rules based on the acid. Number 1, if the acid is hydrochloric acid, the salt formed will be a metal chloride. Example, magnesium chloride. Number 2, if the acid is sulfuric acid, the salt formed will be a metal sulfate. Example, magnesium sulfate. Number 3, if the acid is nitric acid, the salt formed will be a metal nitrate. Example, magnesium nitrate. If the base is a metal carbonate, it has one more product. It produces carbon dioxide in addition to salt and water. Therefore, the products of an acid reacting with a metal carbonate will be salt plus water plus carbon dioxide. But how can we know for sure that carbon dioxide is being produced during this reaction? We can bubble the released gas through clear lime water. If it turns white, we know that carbon dioxide is present. One more reaction for you to be familiar with is what happens when an acid reacts with a metal. In this case, the product formed will be salt plus hydrogen. We can confirm where the hydrogen is being produced by placing a burning splint into the gas released. If it makes a popping sound, we know that hydrogen was released. I have summarized the equations for you. You can take a picture or write it down on your study notes so that you can go over them at a later stage. Let's do a quick quiz. I'm going to ask you 2 quick questions. You may pause before I provide the answer for each question so that you can test your own understanding. Number 1. Is a substance with a pH of 7.1 an acid or base? The correct answer is that it is a base, a very weak base because it is very close to 7, but it is still a base because it is above 7. Number 2. How do I test for the presence of hydrogen? By placing a burning splint into the gas. If it makes a popping sound, hydrogen is present. Well done, you have unleashed the activity. Pause the video, set up a 5-minute timer and begin. Once you are done, you may view the answers on the next slide. If you found the video helpful, please like and subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, comment below. Subscribers may request content they would like covered. Good luck for whatever upcoming exam you have. See you in the next video.